Good morning friends. Welcome back to your favorite channel Code One Digest. Today in this video we will learn what is proxy design pattern for microservices. I'll explain this design pattern with the real world examples and I will also discuss the use cases and benefit of this design pattern. It is going to be exciting and there is a lot of learning in this video. So stay tuned till end of this video. Friends, in the previous video we discussed about aggregator design pattern. Can you explain what is aggregator design pattern? And please provide your answer in the comment section of this video. If you have not seen the previous video, so please go and watch that video. The link is provided on your screen and also in the description section of this video. For more information, go and watch the previous video on Code One Digest channel. Friends, here is the agenda of this video. I will give you the introduction of proxy design pattern. What is proxy design pattern? Then I'll tell you the real world example of proxy design pattern. Then we'll see the use case of proxy design pattern. Where can we use this design pattern in our project? Then we'll understand the benefits and advantages of this design pattern. At the end, I'll be summarizing what we learned in this video. And we'll also touch upon the next video on gateway routing design pattern. So stay tuned till end of this video. It is going to be very exciting and there is a lot of learning in this video. Friends, before we proceed in this video, I want you to subscribe my channel to grow Code One Digest family. Friends, I'm creating a lot of quality contents for you, but I'm not getting subscribers. I want you to like, share and subscribe my channel so that I can grow Code One Digest family. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Okay friends, so now let's start with the proxy design pattern. So let's understand what is proxy design pattern. Remember, this is a third design pattern in integration design pattern category for microservices. Proxy design pattern is a variation of aggregator model. In this model, we will use proxy module instead of aggregation module. Proxy services may call different services individually. In proxy pattern, we can build one level of extra security by providing a dumb proxy layer. The proxy service pattern can be subdivided into two categories. One is dumb proxy. This is simple the delegation of requests to another service. Then next is a smart proxy. The smart proxy may apply some transformation, some business logic, and filtering and rejection before the request is delegated to other service. So in the smart proxy, we may do certain transformation. There may be some logic to filter and reject the request before we delegate it to other service. Let's understand this design pattern with a real world example. We have an employee leave application example that you can see on your screen and we'll understand the proxy design pattern with this example. Consider you have a microservice to get a leave information of employees. So the consumer need to pass the employee code to get leave information. But soon with the new restructure in your organization, you have decided to keep employee ID as a relational key for all the records instead of employment code. So if we deploy new restructure employee service, new version of the employee service, so it will not work for existing consumer who are calling the service by passing the employee code, right? Because those consumer will pass the employee code as the input to get data. But the newer version of service expects the employee ID as the input. So as a solution for this, we can use the proxy design pattern in this scenario. Proxy microservices design pattern is slightly similar to the aggregator, but instead of aggregating the response from various services, this pattern makes call to other services based on the business requirement.
Really?
So we can solve the problem by creating a separate proxy service. So in a new solution, the consumer will invoke the proxy service if the consumer passes employee ID. So proxy service will call new version of the service. But if consumer passes the employee code, then proxy service will call the older version one based on employee code. So in this way, you can independently deploy the services without affecting the consumers.
I understood the assignment.
Let's take another example of e-commerce application to understand the proxy design pattern. In this example, e-commerce application where you are only interacting with the UI and access all the resources via API gateway, that is proxy. In the background, the different functionalities are served by different services like cart, invoicing, and so on. Also, another good example of this would be the various presentation layer for different devices. Presentation layer only call proxy service and proxy service called device specific services like mobile app, website, or TV.
Yes, that's amazing.
So, what are the use cases of proxy design pattern? How can we use it in our project? In which conditions we can use proxy design pattern? So, let's understand that. Whenever you want to introduce a new API and also have to serve your existing consumer base with old API, then you can choose to use proxy design pattern. Whenever you want to implement device or channel specific APIs, that time you can use proxy design pattern. Whenever you want to filter or transform request and response based on certain logic, that time you can use proxy design pattern where you can have that logic to filter or reject request, right? Friends, what are the advantages we get out of proxy design pattern? Let's understand that. Before we actually use it, we should know the value that we are bringing in on a table using proxy design pattern. So proxy design pattern provides a uniform interface instead of different interface for microservices. Proxy design pattern offers you a single API for all your consumers and let the proxy decides where to route this incoming request based on business logic. Proxy pattern allows to apply uniform concern like logging, security, etc. at one place. Proxy design pattern is very simple and easy to use. Using proxy design pattern, we can maintain the multiple versions of API and support our old consumers which are using our old APIs. We can use proxy design pattern for validation and security purpose. The validation and security associated with the external service can be implemented and can be encapsulated easily in a proxy, right?
You're goddamn right.
Friends, now let me summarize what we learned in this video. I gave the introduction of proxy design pattern. What is proxy design pattern? Then we saw real world examples of proxy design pattern. What is the use of proxy design pattern? In which scenario we can use the proxy design pattern? Then I explain you the usage of proxy design pattern in the situation where proxy design pattern is the right fit. Then I gave you the benefits and advantages of using proxy design pattern in a project, right? So friends, let me know if you have already used this design pattern in any of your project or seen a scenario where this pattern can be very useful. Please provide your answer in the comment section of this video.
That was amazing.
Friends, in the next video, I'm going to discuss about gateway routing design pattern. We will see what is gateway routing design pattern. We will see the real world example of gateway routing design pattern. We'll understand the use cases of gateway routing design pattern and also see the benefits and advantages of gateway routing design pattern. So stay tuned for the next video and keep watching Code One Digest. If you're new to the channel, so please do subscribe to our channel to grow Code One Digest family.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Good plan. Good talk, all right?
Friends, if you like this video, so give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for the more interesting videos. Click on the bell icon for the latest video notifications and do not forget to share this video with all your friends and colleagues. This is very useful information for students, beginners and software engineers. I am putting a lot of efforts in creating these contents. So please help me growing the Code One Digest family. Please subscribe to Code One Digest channel for the latest programming and technology related videos. Thank you.
Yeah, I said it.